Few songs in modern pop history have such an unusual journey to fame as Torn. What began as an obscure alternative rock song by a little-known American band in the mid-1990s unexpectedly became one of the biggest pop hits of the decade, thanks to an Australian actress with no prior experience in the music industry. The story of Torn is not only about music, but also about timing, reinterpretation, and the mysterious way a song can change its identity when placed in different hands. Ednaswap, in the mid-90s alternative scene. Before Torn became a pop anthem, it was born in the world of gritty 1990s alternative rock. The original writers were Ann Previn and Scott Cutler, members of a Los Angeles-based band called Ednaswap. Formed in the early 1990s, Ednaswap was part of a musical landscape filled with angst, distortion, and introspection, the era of Nirvana, Hole, and Smashing Pumpkins. Their music had emotional rawness, but also melodic sophistication. Previn and Cutler wrote Torn in 1993, collaborating with Phil Thornalley, a British musician and producer who had previously worked with The Cure. Together, they crafted a song that combined lyrical vulnerability with a haunting melody. The lyrics described emotional devastation and confusion after a relationship's end, a feeling of being torn between what was and what remains. However, when Ednaswap recorded Torn for themselves, their version sounded very different from the one the world would come to know. It was darker, heavier, and moodier, closer to grunge than pop. Ann Previn's vocals were raw and emotional, the guitars were distorted, and the production emphasized pain more than melody. It was authentic and intense, but not radio-friendly. Released in 1995 on their self-titled album Ednaswap, the song went almost completely unnoticed. The band's label, East West Records, struggled to market them in an already saturated alternative scene. Despite critical respect from insiders, Ednaswap remained underground. The irony is that their most powerful creation, Torn, would only find success when reimagined by someone outside their world entirely. Enter Natalie Imbruglia, the actress turned pop star. By 1997, Natalie Imbruglia was a young Australian actress known for her role as Beth Brennan in the popular soap opera Neighbours. Like many Australian actors before her, she moved to London to pursue new opportunities. She had no established career in music, but she was talented, charismatic, and photogenic qualities that record labels loved in the MTV era. Her manager introduced her to RCA Records, where she began working on her debut album. One of the producers involved was Phil Thornalley, the very same man who co-wrote Torn years earlier. Thornalley suggested that Imbruglia try recording the song. She loved it immediately, connecting with its melancholic yet melodic essence. When Imbruglia recorded her version, everything changed. Gone were the distorted guitars and dark textures of the Ednaswap version. In their place came acoustic guitars, clean pop production, and a warm yet vulnerable vocal delivery. The arrangement was simple but emotionally potent. Instead of sounding bitter, the song now felt wistful, expressing heartbreak with clarity and grace. The transformation was complete. Torn had evolved from an underground alt-rock confession into a shimmering pop masterpiece. The release, A Perfect Storm in 1997, released in late 1997 as the debut single from her album Left of the Middle, Torn, became an instant global phenomenon. It was played everywhere, from radio to MTV to coffee shops. The song resonated with listeners of all ages, largely because of its relatable lyrics and Imbruglia's emotive performance. The accompanying music video, directed by Alison McLean, was both minimalist and iconic. Shot in a single-room setting, it featured Imbruglia singing while scenes of a film set unfolded around her, blurring the lines between performance and reality. This visual metaphor perfectly matched the song's theme of emotional disillusionment, love as something staged and fragile. Within weeks, Torn topped the charts in multiple countries, including the UK, Sweden, and Canada. In the United States, although it wasn't eligible for the Billboard Hot 100 at first, due to chart rules requiring a physical single, it dominated airplay charts for months. Eventually, Torn became one of the most played songs on radio of all time. According to BMI, it had been broadcast over 1 million times by 2007. In the end, Torn is a reminder of the unpredictable beauty of music. It teaches us that art can evolve, transcend genres, and be reborn in new forms, yet still carry the same human truth at its core.